What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I want y'all to, from this day on, stop believing in coincidence. Stop chalking things up that happen in your life to coincidence. Well, man, just by coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidence. We have to stop giving credit to the imaginary. Everything that goes on anywhere, whether it's your life, whether it's something unseen in the microscopic world of um, amoebas and parameciums, whatever's going on, it is cause and effect. That's it. It's not about a coincidence. It's about cause and effect. It's about the reason why something happened and the result that followed it, or something happening and the result that followed it. Rain doesn't just fall from the sky. You just say, well, it's raining. There is a process that takes place in nature that creates the circumstances, creates the environment, creates and develops the atmosphere that produces rain. We won't get into all the details of it, but that's it. It just doesn't magically happen. If a volcano erupts, there were circumstances that caused that volcano to erupt. If you got a paycheck and you have a job, you worked a certain amount of hours, when that pay period came along, they cut you a check based on the amount that you were paid per hour and based on the amount of hours that you worked, and that's what led to your check. If you find some money, you can't say, oh man, just by coincidence, I found $500 on the ground. No, you found $500 on the ground because somebody that had walked through that area a few minutes before you dropped it or lost it or slipped out of their pocket. And they didn't realize it and they kept going. And the effect of them losing that money was you walking by at that time, not because of a coincidence. Well, I just happened to be walking by. No, you was going somewhere. Everything has a reason to it. And the belief in coincidence and just some magical happenings that go on in the universe are one of the main things, in my opinion, that keep us in this spooky mind state, that keep us having this belief that mystical, magical things just randomly take place. Now, some of y'all might be thinking, well, wait a minute, hold on, K-Rino, man, you always talk about believing in the unseen, and you hear people talking about believing. Why, that's two different things. That's not the same thing. See, what you got to understand is that just because something is unseen, there are two ways for something to be unseen. Well, two of the ways for something to be unseen is, number one, you're not around when it's happening and when it's developing, but it's there. So just because you don't see it, it's unseen because you're not in the vicinity or in the area enough where you can witness it. The One of the other ways that something is unseen is when there is a thought or an idea that is formed in the mind, but it hasn't been manifested in reality yet. We have not worked and walked our way into it yet. So you're looking at something down the line and say, okay, you get married and you and your wife say, well, you know what? I think it's time for us to start a family. Y'all don't have the family yet, but you start the process of building a family, of working towards what is necessary to build a family. We all know what that is, but the family's not there yet. It's unseen, but you believe it's going to happen. That's not the same as coincidence. Even if you found the baby on your doorstep, well, just by coincidence, they left the baby in front of my door. Nah, There's a purpose behind everything, and some things we don't understand. Some things we never understand. Some things we grow to understand later on. But we got to get out of that spooky mind state where we think that, you know, everything just poofs, or certain thing just poofs out of nowhere. All things have a process through which they exist and through which they develop, and that result is usually what we see, and the cause is what we usually neglect or overlook or fail to even give any thought to in the first place. So if you want things to happen for you in your life, you have to start focusing on the law of cause and effect, where you can proactively make things happen for you and your family, and not just wait around hoping on a coincidence. Man, it sure would be cool if I just, somebody just called me and gave me $1 million. Nah, that doesn't really happen too often. I'm sure it's happened before, But if it does happen, you know what that means? That means a millionaire was sitting at home bored and said, "Man, you know what? I got more money than I'll ever have to be able to do something with. I'm just gonna randomly dial numbers, and whoever says hello, I'm gonna give them $1 million." Still cause and effect. Still cause and effect. You know, God doesn't work in mysterious ways. He works in mathematical ways. He works in formulas. We work in formulas. We maneuver and move in formulas, but we just don't understand because we have not mastered the understanding of ourselves yet. But everything we do, our whole anatomy, especially basically everything that exists internally within us, from brain to organs and veins and blood and all these bones and our skeletal structure, everything, it works under a formula in harmony. See? It's not a mystery. It's just unknown to us. So there are many people who understand how it works. That disqualifies it from being a mystery. We just don't study like we should. So let's get more into reality thinking, and I think that will help us be more successful in working, in planning work, and working a plan as we move forward. It's your big brother K-Rino. I'll hit y'all with another one real soon. Appreciate it. Peace.